Scientists may have finally solved the mystery of hidden consciousness in coma patients, identifying the injuries that leave some patients conscious but unresponsive could help doctors better identify the condition and predict which patients are more likely to recover with the aid of rehabilitation. The mystery of hidden consciousness, the puzzling phenomenon in which brain-injured patients can appear comatose despite having some awareness, may have been solved. Researchers from New York City have identified the specific injuries that can prevent patients from reacting but also leave them able to comprehend instructions. The study builds on previous work which revealed that subtle brain waves detectable in electroencephalogram EEG scans can be used to predict hidden consciousness and the likelihood of recovery among unresponsive brain-injured patients. Until now, however, it had not been clear which specific pathways in the brain are disrupted in cases of hidden consciousness. Also known as cognitive motor dissociation, CMD, hidden consciousness is estimated to occur in around 15 to 25% of cases of brain injury resulting from head trauma, cardiac arrest, or brain hemorrhage. The investigation was undertaken by neurologist Professor Jan Klassen of New York Columbia University and his colleagues. Professor Klassen said, "Our study suggests that patients with hidden consciousness can hear and comprehend verbal commands. But they cannot carry out those commands because the injuries in brain circuits that relay instructions from the brain to these muscles." In their work, the team analyzed brain scans taken via EEG out of 107 patients with brain injuries. EEG readings, the researchers explain, can determine when patients are trying, though unable, to respond to instructions like keep opening and closing your right hand. In this way, the team were able to determine that 21 of the patients had hidden consciousness. The team then analyzed structural MRI scans of all the patients, comparing those with cognitive motor dissociation against those without. Paper co-authored Dr. Qi Shen, a Columbia expert in signal processing, said, "Using a technique we developed called bi-clustering analysis, we were able to identify patterns of brain injury that are shared among patients with CMD and contrast to those without." The researchers determined that in the brains of all the hidden consciousness patients, the structures related to arousal and command comprehension were intact. This supports the idea that these patients can hear and understand commands but are simply unable to respond. In contrast, Professor Klassen noted, "We saw all of the CMD patients had deficits in brain regions responsible for integrated comprehended motor commands with motor output. And this, he explains, is what is preventing CMD patients from acting on verbal commands. Their findings, the team said, may help us determine which brain injury patients have CMD, a fact that could support clinical trials into the recovery of consciousness." Professor Klassen said, "Our study shows that it may be possible to screen for hidden consciousness using widely available structural brain imaging, moving the detection of CMD one step closer to general clinical use." Not every clinical care unit may have resources and staff that are trained using EEG to detect hidden consciousness, so MRI may offer a simple way to identify patients who require further screening and diagnosis. The full findings of the study were published in the journal Brain, and this is on Express UK by Ian Randall. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.